All right, guys, so we just recorded our Dillon Danis video before this news broke out, so this is a bit of an editor's note, but after we recorded the video, we found out Nina Agdal is suing Dillon Danis based on his Twitter page. He just came out and broke the news, and all the news sources are covering it. Drama alert, Dexterdo, everyone's talking about this, and it's crazy.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane, but even despite this, we'll read this tweet here in a second, but even despite the fact that he's getting sued, he's still just going to town on her, like immediately after.
Oh yeah, he's still tweeting memes. He doesn't fucking care.
He doesn't care, but I actually want to see what he said about it though.
So he tweets out, he says, Nina Agdal has filed a massive lawsuit against me. She filed a restraining order against me and is seeking prison time.
Holy shit.
So the fight is in jeopardy if I'm in jail. This is actually wild, but I won't stop. Fuck the system. Come get me. Logan Paul is a dead man walking. And then he says, I will provide more details when I can, but because it's a federal case, I can't at this time. P.S. Fuck that hoe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's not stopping. He needs to go in and even go harder than he ever has before. Release the hidden picture.
Yes, it's time. Maybe that's why, because here's the thing. I'm wondering, why the fuck are they suing Danis? Like, what grounds do they have to sue him on? Obviously, it would have to be defamation. As far as I know, Dillon hasn't done anything, like, obviously illegal.
Yeah, I mean, everything he's posted is public, right? Unless
I
somehow maybe he hacked into her, or got people to hack into her Snapchat or private things and post that, but everything seems like it's been public, so I don't know. We'll see how it
there's
develops.
no hacked material, then what has he done other than just call her a whore? But I guess it'd be a defamation lawsuit. Her seeking jail time, though, do you believe that? Is that real?
Is that even possible for a defamation
I want
case?
you in jail. It's like...
Can you even do that for defamation? I don't even know if that's... I feel like it's always just fines. Or
right.
Maybe you can go to jail for defamation. That just doesn't make sense.
All right, lawyers in the comments, let us know. You know, people that are a little bit more educated on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said before, he's not stopping the fire. He tweeted out right after, gotta fuck them all, memes of her being a whore. And then he tweeted Nina's lawyer.
Great, the porn guy. Awesome.
So, there you go. I mean, he's not quitting. And I'll refresh the feed for now. I'm sure when we put out this video, there will be even more tweets. But as of right now, he's continuing the fire. Here's the one question I do have to point out. Is Logan Paul sending Nina out? Like, hiding behind his woman to sue him? Because Logan Paul's always said, do whatever you want. It's just tweets, you know? It's nothing to me, right? Do you think that secretly he does care and he's hiding behind a woman, his wife, to fuck him over? Or do you think Nina, all by herself, is the one saying, no, fuck this guy, he's harassing me, this needs to stop?
Well, honestly, I mean, I would really have to do a little bit more research because I know that they did go on a podcast and talk together, but from the clips I've seen, it didn't seem like she was going crazy over it. She was super offended. I think both her and Logan just brush it off as nothing. So it's just surprising to me to see it as this. I don't know who's actually really the secret like force behind it. But if it was Logan, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing to point out, just to be fair here, Dillon Danis, pointed out like a few weeks ago that Logan Paul sent a cease and desist, which Logan denied doing. And we never got an update on that. So he came out, Dillon Danis said, Logan Paul trying to send me a cease and desist. Logan came out and was like, that's not fucking true. He's just lying out of his ass. Yeah. So, I mean, I doubt he's lying about this because that would be a pretty stupid stunt to lie about a lawsuit.
Right. I mean, if he is, is kind of ridiculous. He's lying on a lawsuit and a restraining order.
Yeah.
Which would be weird because also, if there's a filed restraining order against him, is Nina just not going to be at the fight? I mean, if Nina shows up to the fight, then is Dillon legally required not to be there? Like, how does that even work? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but we'll see where this goes, ladies and gentlemen. For now, just enjoy the rest of the video. So Dillon Danis has his sights set on Jake Paul now, as now Jake Paul's entered the ring of drama between Dillon Danis and Logan Paul. I mean, of course, this was bound to happen, and we actually did a little bit of digging and found out that Dillon Danis actually has a long history with not just Logan Paul, but Jake Paul as well. So the drama begins when Dillon Danis calls out Jake Paul for posting this bait video that we're not even going to play because it's literally just a bait video where he pretends to talk about the drama, but then just shills his app Better, which is like a betting app.
Yeah, it's just like an NFL betting app or whatever. So it doesn't even matter. But he does reply to it and immediately is like calling him out right away. Yeah,
and allegations of homosexual behavior between Jake Paul and James Charles, of all people. That's a name you probably haven't heard in a minute now in the drama sphere. But yeah, allegations of homosexual behavior have been levied by Dillon Danis against Jake Paul. We'll get into all of it. Let's just read this tweet right now. Dillon criticizes Jake Paul and says, Jake Paul could have defended his brother's honor, but instead he promoted his failed app. A real brother wouldn't even think twice. Plus, who wears a hat and a cold plunge? Scared to show you're balding from all the steroids? So, yeah, now Danis has been unleashed against Jake himself, and he has actually been subtly going after Jake for a while now, although obviously the focus has been mainly on Logan. Let's just catch up on that. He says, I still can't wrap my head around Jake Paul not defending his own flesh and blood. For anyone out there with a brother, I speak for many of us when I say they are fake brothers. Personally, I take a bullet for mine without a second thought. That's true loyalty. Now, does he have a point here? I mean, look, Jake Paul's talked about on his recent podcast how Logan kind of treated him like shit his whole life, so he doesn't really feel that compelled to defend him.
Yeah, and also at the same time, I mean, what more can he really say? I mean, what can he say?
My brother isn't a cuck.
My brother actually fucks a lot of girls, and they're really hot. It's like, what?
Yeah. So who cares about Nina's body count?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like, that's not going to sound right at all.
No, he does not want to say that. And also, I mean, when it comes to Logan and women, Jake doesn't necessarily probably have the best view given the whole thing that happened with Alyssa Violet and how Logan fucked his like girlfriend or whatever. So
yeah,
he probably doesn't really care to swipe in on the defense of Logan when it comes to his choice in women because Logan has a horrible history with it. So
yeah, I mean, if you were, here's a good question: if you were brothers with Logan Paul, would you feel compelled to defend him? I mean, no. I don't know, dude. Probably not.
No.
He goes on though. He continues. He says, Jake Paul, stay ready. I'll gladly KO you. I might even make videos faking a limp to entice you into the fight. Your little brother, Logan's older, but your little brother seems to be considering pulling out due to his hurt feelings. You might need to step up and uphold the reputation of the Paul name. Jake Paul comes off as a pretty lousy brother, basking in Logan's full throttle support and hype for his own ventures, yet mysteriously going mute when the roles are reversed. It's a striking reminder that blood ties don't automatically equate to genuine family behavior. And then he just tweeted out Jake Paul is complete shit.
Right.
So let's hear Jake Paul's response, because finally he's now responded to Danis, and what does he have to say? He says, remember my brother picked this guy for one reason only, because he craves attention and followers and will do his best to sell the fight, making my brother even wealthier in the process. Hence why Danis has no back-end percent of the money made. He's a puppet.
So, yeah, wow. So the new cope now is that because they are making money off of this, because Logan gets profit off of the fight, I guess, that means that it's actually good that all this shit comes out about his wife and all this shit comes about
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's really worth it. I mean, is profit really what matters at the end of the day? Is that all that fucking matters? Your dignity, your manhood, none of that matters at all to Logan?
Well, this is literally just Adam 22 all over again, right? Because Adam 22, you know, his wife gets BBC'd for the whole world to see, right? But Adam's response was, well, she's going to make $1 billion in OnlyFans and we're going to be rich.
Yeah, which is so funny too, because like there's clips of Adam before that happened being like, oh, I'm never going to let my wife fuck people for the money. I get paid so much money, I would never let it happen.
Yeah.
But then he lets it happen anyway. So at the same time, this just rings to me the same like kind of idea, because it's like Logan would not like this. Logan definitely doesn't enjoy it. He probably would have never pictured this happening. But now that it's happening, the cope is making money off of it.
He's a cuck for cash. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess that's all you can really say, to be honest, because I don't know what other defense you could bring up other than at least I'm getting paid. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't really sound good, though.
No.
So Jake continues and says, for people saying I'm a bad brother for promoting better picks using Logan versus Danis situation. So he responds.
People are saying, Jake, you haven't come to your brother's defense. You know, you're not help defending him. Like, defense of what? Like, Logan's gonna knock the fucking shit out of this kid. That's all that matters. The rest is just sales for the fight and making the fight bigger and making my brother more money. Defense of some little itty bitty witty tweets. Like, bro, we're grown men here. We've seen so much worse than this. So Logan doesn't need my help defending anything. And people are mad because I promoted better picks using the beef. Yeah, get over it. It's marketing 101. And you can call me a bad brother, but I identify as a sister, so...
Now, hold on. Wait a minute there. You identify as a sister? Is that why there's all of these allegations now of you fucking James Charles in the ass? I mean, James Charles literally even refers to Jake as a sister in 2018.
Yeah, he says Sister Jake, because Jake makes this nice little like gates where he's like, my brother and I have the same wallet and the same car and it's in the same spots. We really are sisters.
Why would you say that?
I don't know why you would say that. And James is like going with it, and Jake's acting dumb. They're like literally flirting on the timeline in 2018.
Actually, homosexual flirting. Now,
why?
You might be saying, oh, you guys are looking too into this, right? Well, Danis has been hyping this up, and we've even talked about this in a past video, how Danis just randomly was like bringing up back in March that Jake Paul and, you know, James Charles apparently had some sort of sexual thing going on together, right? No. But he is continuing to hype this up, saying, we are willing to pay you to break the NDA with Jake Paul and penalties when he sues you. Just come clean, James Charles.
Wow. So there is an NDA involved. Apparently, there's a lot of money behind it, but Dillon says, you know what? Fuck it. It's worth it. It's worth paying the money, which honestly, I would say if I was in Dillon Danis' shoes, probably would be. If you had a big story come out where James and Jake fucked and you're Dillon Danis, you can just roll all the money that you pay James, you're making back anyway.
Now, how does Dillon Danis get all of this beef on the Pauls? This is what I want to know, right? You know, all of this dirt, like he has it down to a science. Like he has some sort of insider.
I don't know. Maybe he has like fucking Mike Maljack that's telling him all the lore.
Yeah, his Big Mike, the one leaking everywhere. By the way, I like Def Noodle's reply. James Charles is not into grown men, bro.
Oh, man. Both of them got shit on there. Well, Jake was younger back when 2018.
True. I mean, he did have the appearance of a little boy back in 2017, right?
Yeah, 2018, 2017.
You know, Disney kid?
Yeah, he was not the same kind of kid. So
possibly. Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? But anyway, so like I said, he's been talking about this for a while. He says, James Charles, come forward about the night with Jake Paul. We will cover the cost if he sues you for breaking the NDA. Logan made all his ex-friends sign NDAs to not speak about what happened. The same ones Jake Paul made James Charles sign.
So just 3 times he's tweeted out the same tweet. He's like fucking nailing in our heads.
He's ready for it to be fucking leaked. And he actually went on a podcast 5 months ago to talk about this very briefly. Let's listen.
Yeah, I don't like false narratives.
Okay, for example, Jake Paul saying you cheated on Savannah and got a girl pregnant. Is that true?
No.
He just like completely made that shit up.
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
There's a lot of rumors. A lot of girls want to have my baby, so.
Wow. Great.
It's like the 20th time I've heard that.
Oh, but then also he was like, you wouldn't be able to financially support
Jake Paul.
it. Look at the camera.
Jake Paul.
Say it.
Ask him about James Charles, okay?
Wait, what?
Ask Jake Paul about James Charles, or have James Charles on, and then he could actually he signed the NDA, so. But yeah.
NDAs don't mean shit.
So he wants to fucking goddamn say all that shit. Have James Charles on. Ask him about Jake Paul, the Team 10 house.
The Team 10 house. Gay sex was happening in the Team 10 house between Jake and James Charles, allegedly.
You know what's so funny about that is isn't the whole Alyssa Violet story that she would like come home to the Team 10 house and see him like fucking girls constantly,
right?
And just be like, what the fuck? I wonder if she ever walked in on him and James Charles having gay like butt sex. Like she just walked in and was like, what the fuck, Jake?
What's going on here now?
Yeah.
You probably know.
I will.
Do you know about it?
No, I don't.
Really?
Would you like to say?
Nah.
You're gonna get in trouble?
No, I can get in trouble. I think that's his business, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not against that, but when you threaten people and what's that word?
Threaten
extort them.
Extort them.
That's when it gets to a point. Just fucking come, be who you are, bro.
Wow. Okay, that's fucking tea right there.
There's a lot.
Right. So yeah, there he is talking about, you know, this alleged homosexual situation. I mean, is it true? Could Danis be talking out of his ass? I mean, who fucking knows?
Yeah, there's like a million different things you can send an NDA on. It could have been literally just content related.
Yeah.
Or anything at all. But obviously, if he just knows an NDA exists, he can fucking twist it to whatever he fucking wants. Tweak it to whatever he wants. He wins instantly.
Now, like I said, they've had history for a while now. Here is him saying, Jake Paul reached out asking to help me train for Logan. I replied, you can suck my dick, fuck you, and fuck him too.
Right.
So apparently Jake Paul like just, you know, was trying to like troll him or something. He just blasted on the timeline instantly. Jake Paul back in 2018 said, Dear Dillon Danis, I beat your ass. Sincerely, Jake Paul. And then...
So it's been 5 years that they've been known of each other and been fucking going back and forth. I mean, where did this even spawn from? Why did he just randomly dunk on Dillon Danis? Is there like, did he say some shit on a podcast or something? Say some shit at a show? Like, was this before the KSI fight or after 2018?
No, this was after.
Yeah. So I don't even know where this came from.
Now, 4 years later, he responded and said, Jake Paul has declined to fight me after Tommy Fury pulled out of the fight, citing that my style is too unorthodox to train for on short notice. It's pathetic that he called me out in 2018, but never planned on backing up. Fake fighter. So, as you guys can see, this beef goes forever, whatever. It's getting into fucking dirty, you know, sort of accusations, which is Dillon Danis' favorite. I mean, this guy has literally made... Dude, I wish he would publicize how much he's getting paid from X, because I'm just so curious, like, what his, like, monthly Twitter Blue, like, revenue streams are, because every tweet he makes gets, like, 20 million views, no matter what he says, no matter how low he goes, it just works all the time. So, is this a fight that Jake Paul wants to get in on? I mean, he saw his brother get destroyed. I mean, what's gonna happen here? What kind of dark secrets are gonna get revealed now?
I mean, it depends on what you think, what the Paul brothers think of publicity, right? I do think, to be honest, the Paul brothers had the idea of all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why Logan is at the state he's at, is because of what happened in the Suicide Force, because of what happened with his crypto scam, because of all that. Even despite the fact that majority of Logan's publicity during his like strongest years were all negative, it still didn't matter because he blew the fuck up and was able to produce Prime and, you know, all this other shit. So maybe they're just like, whatever. They literally have just sacrificed all their morals and all sorts of like caring about negative attention just for the clout. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely think Jake Paul probably has that mindset. Logan, I'm skeptical on. I mean, I've seen Logan do a lot of coping since this whole Dillon Danis thing started. So, you know, I mean, everybody's human at the end of the day. You know, shit is gonna fucking get to you. And if I was in that guy's shoes, then yeah, it would get to me. I'd be like, my wife is a whore. Everybody knows. Probably 2 billion people have seen it on Twitter, man. Fuck this shit, dude.
terrible.
But yeah, I definitely do think they probably do have that elite marketing. I think Logan Paul probably has that mindset too with most things, but...
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily, when I say that, I don't know if he like enjoys it.
Right.
I just think he has to cope about it and accepts it. And that's just the state he's in. It's just the humiliation ritual for clout.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, LA celebrities, which they are. I mean, they are celebrities at this point. They're not just fucking YouTubers, right? I mean, they're fucking... Jake Paul is a professional athlete, you know? So they're LA celebrities. I mean, that's what most celebrities go through, is all kinds of public humiliation. I mean, at some point, I guess maybe you reach a level where it's just like, fuck this. Like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.